So welcome to Monday night's evening weight loss class. I'm going to go through a series of planks in the next few classes because I would like to do different types of planks. But not only that, in general, like you should be strong through the whole cylinder, and we've spent a whole lot of time in the midline, and I think it's time to progress to other planks. So the focus here is side plank, and a lot of the exercises we're going to do are, we're going to start with side plank so you know where you're at, and then we're going to work on different skills in between, and then we're going to go back in a second round for you to test out side plank again. So we will start now. Ready? Okay. So I think I have tried to teach this in class before. You want your elbow underneath your shoulder, and then you're gonna lift yourself up and then just hang out. You can always keep your hand here if you need to. I find here, in general, like doing side planks is a lot about foot mobility. So having mobile feet is super important. The other thing is being even connected down this whole sideline is a really tough one for most people. So that's why we're going to work on it. We'll probably spend the first month going back to reteaching regular plank, and then we're going to go to side plank. That was side one. Okay. We're going to do 45-second intervals. Hopefully over time you can work up to a minute. Okay, here we go, other side. So you see there should be a connection from the lateral side of the foot all the way up the chain to the hip, to the shoulder, and then down into the mat. So this is why I always talk about in class, stack your joints, because if your joints aren't stacked, it does cause a joint to overcompensate. For those of you who can't do this, there is an elevated version that we can work on once you guys get back to class. But for those who can do it, here you go. And I think I've given this to a couple of people, or a version of it. So those who know how to do it, definitely work on that. Okay, our next one is going to be oblique touches. So you'll be on your back. Ideally, head is flat. Then from there, you're going to slide and touch your foot. Back to center. Slide and touch your other foot. Hopefully you don't elevate so much just to come up. I'm just trying to get my shoulder blades up, and then that's it. And I can feel it on my sides, which we call obliques. Also, I engage with my feet. This is why I talk about feet so much, is I have a good connection with the ground. So there's no one part of my body that I feel like is overworking. And done. Okay, next we're gonna go back to our regular plank, but this time we're gonna do a lift with the foot. So I guess I'll go that way so that you can see. So I start off with my regular plank, quadruped, drop my hands and out. Then from there, it's a leg lift. So creating a nice extension with the foot, connecting that leg. So now not only are we working our anterior chain of our body, but now the posterior chain in order to do the leg lift. Got 15 more seconds here. Last 5. And done. So the purpose of that is actually it mimics walking, which I think a lot of people have lost the extension part of their body when it comes to walking because we spend so much time dragging our feet. Okay, so this one's gonna be hard for some people, so just do what you can. You'll have one hip down, other leg up, and we're just going up and down on the side. So if this seems too much for you, then you can just work on that side plank. But this, you have to have a good packed shoulder to move through, and then the rest comes from hip, ribs, and done. Okay, switch sides. We'll go in 10 seconds. Okay, here we go, up in the air, and then drop that hip. Actually, I need to readjust my hand because I can feel how far off I am on that.
It looks like it's aligned with your shoulder better now.
Yeah. So for me, angles matter. A lot of stuff I teach, it's all based on strict angles, and then we start breaking down structurally where people are off in their angles. But for the most part, that's where I start, is in the strictest angle, and then I let people deviate. Okay, quick break, and then we'll start back at the top.
And remember, if you fatigue at home in the middle of a video, you can always hit pause. That's the beauty of it.
Okay, back to side plank. Okay, side plank. Here you can also decide if you want to lift a leg. Takes a lot of work. That's up to you. Make sure you can push into that ground and basically push the shoulder away from your ear. Your ear should not be collapsing into your shoulder here. Okay, try to hang in there. Okay, go to the other side. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Same thing, you can work on this if you feel like you have it in you. I'm saving my movement for the last one because that's actually one of my favorite things to do, so I'm gonna wait for hip drops. 5 more seconds. And done. Okay. Next is obliques. Remember, your feet, middle of your shoe should be in line with the middle of your glute, or what I call, or most people call, sits bones. Hopefully they're not further out or dropped out, one or the other. Okay, here we go. Okay, everything straight. Reach. And my lift off is only about to my shoulder blade, or some people, you wear a heart rate monitor when you exercise. For the women, basically bra line is where you lift up and reach. Hopefully your neck isn't so forward and causing, if it is causing strain, I would probably just hold on to my head and then go side to side if there is strain for you. And done. Okay. Okay, so next we have plank with single leg lift. I'll go this way this time. Okay, quadruped position. Drop those elbows to where your hands were. Step back Get those abs engaged, slight tuck, then from there, lift. For those of you who aren't sure what's happening in bird dog, this might actually be your next thing to work on, is trying to keep a straight line and just lift a leg. We got 15 more seconds. It's a whole lot of core engagement. And done.
I'd say that was a hell of an ab workout.
Okay, we got one more, which is side drops. So we have a few more seconds on our break, like 10 more seconds. So make sure you position yourself. When you go over, you want to feel like you're over on your wrist and not just hanging out on your deltoid. Then from there, drop. Oops, forgot the top leg for support. It's a lot harder without that top leg on the ground.
So that's the correction if it's difficult.
No, you should do it this way.
Okay.
And done. Because the goal is to try to touch down as best as you can. So you're gonna want all the support you can get. My guess is you'll definitely need it, because as often as I hear complaints about wrists, you're gonna want a leg to take some of that weight. So shoulders should be packed. Wouldn't say we've talked about shoulder packing much in this class, but it's a very important concept that basically your shoulder rests nicely inside the shoulder joint. Hopefully there's not rubbing or maybe a shortage of room. Less than 5. And done. Okay. So those are the things that we're going to be working on once you guys get back. The first month is going to be all the usual stuff that we work on. And then after that, I will break it out and start doing different parts of plank, because plank is honestly a big part of a lot of movement screens that are done. So it's good to be solid on the regular plank that we do, and then there are variations that give us a clue as to how you are connected in your body. So that is it for this week, and until next Monday, have a good week.
Thank you, everyone, and be sure to like and subscribe to our APE channel and leave a comment. Thank you, Sang.
Bye.
Bye-bye.